Hello guys, so today we're going to talk about COD Free 8. Again, I want to highly advise you to remove any managers that are going to have any form of stat buffs. In my case, I've already done that, and you should also do the same because it's going to hire your TA, and you don't want your TA to be too high because it's going to limit you on the amount of players you can throw in. So what are the conditions? Can position the defense line, team ability AA or lower, and win between 25 to 35 minutes. So basically, you're going to want to keep the ball mid. So that means you need to have some mid healers, some mid debuffers, and you're going to want to maybe have a good striker in mid line so you don't have too many problems. For example, a Sammy, a Metatron, anything in the mid line you can roll who can pull something off like that is completely fine. As you can see, I'm going to be running 3 healers in my mid line. The entire objective is to basically keep the ball and never die. I don't want to boost the damage too much. Like this, when they attack me, they won't actually suicide. If we do look at their team, there's only one possible problem, being the backline long passer. So as long as she doesn't do anything, we should be completely fine. And I'm surprised in the weakness in some of these players, but that's fine. I thought Sammy was supposed to be more resistant than that. How much DR? Oh, what? So little DR? Well, I'm going to be rocking this then. If any of these players basically try to penetrate, they're going to succeed. So there's no actual danger of losing. The worst thing that could happen is if the enemy suicides on them. Because we do want the ball to stay in this line for around 20 minutes more. We're going to try to push out when we get in the last minute. Again, we want to be really careful that the Narose doesn't end up getting the ball, because if she gets her long pass, we basically lose. This can also be done at the dual Valkyria midline because of the TA limitations, but I do find that doing a dual Valkyria, knowing that they're actually pretty fast, tends to be a little bit more of a gamble. But if you have Metatron, Sammy, Lin May, anyone who when you hit heals and has at least a decent amount of reflex to hold the ball, you shouldn't really have any big problems. In the worst case scenario, run something that has a recovery debuff. I can't really think of any player with that, but I'm guessing there has to be some out there. Here, we're starting to get really close to the time limit. Let's just be sure that Von Chi can use his stuff. And what we're going to do is when we're done with this, we're going to penetrate with Beth, and Beth's going to penetrate their backline. Like this, she's going to be able to give Von Chi a little buff. There, so perfect timing. Now we just needed to get to Beth. Beth's going to, of course, be able to penetrate this. And now what we want her to do is just penetrate for first level of damage and to give Von Chi that nice little buff. So here they pass to Von Chi. Just want to point out the reason I was saying to use her is for crit rate plus 20%. And then we can run this. The worst case scenario, Von Chi can steal the ball, but since it's a dark player, he doesn't have any issue. Again, borrowing a Von Chi might be easier for this match. Just leave him in front line and leave the free passers in back line. He's one of the few strikers who can do this pretty easily alone in front line. He doesn't require any form of pass or any assist to be the dark striker. On top of it, if you're borrowing a friend Von Chi, he's going to have a light ace that is going to do increased damage on dark players, increasing even more his value. So if you have any comments, please leave them in the description below. Subscribe if you like the material, and I'll be taking requests when I'm done with the CoT. Have a good day, guys.